Hello friends, welcome to my safety training center. So friends, today we are going to discuss helicopter landing officer. As we know that the risk, hazards, precautionary measures, if we are working in offshore, the risk is more there, not like onshore areas. So we have to take more and more precautionary measure. We have to be more and more vigilant. So we can say, what is a HLO in oil and gas? Normally we are working in oil and gas, so I'm keeping like that. But helicopter landing officer we can use everywhere. Like the ministers are also roaming, some kings are also roaming, personal use also. So the person responsible for landing incoming helicopter safely. We are telling helicopter landing officer. This is abbreviation of HLO. The person during helideck operation, he has to manage everything with what is available at helipad. So friends, now we can see here what training is required for HLO. The HLO on majority offshore facilities, so that is OPITO. Now OPITO not only for them, anybody going to work, they have to keep OPITO, they have to attend OPITO training. This is the mandatory requirement. But for them, initial operations training also need for helicopter landing officer. Additional Helideck emergency response team leader, they have to take this type of also training, and they have to be certified. So this is only some operations, if they are going, they have to keep this type of certificates together. So what is HLO training? Helicopter landing officer training. The person who has to know all facilities in that area, because sometimes he has to put a baggage also inside helicopter. In other words, we are telling chopper also some places. So remember, knowledge and skills, it should be better. He can work in oil rigs, he can work in pellet farms, he can work in wind farms. So that is the based on offshore area helicopter landing. So it is only for offshore training, because we are from oil and gas sector, and you have to know the skill and knowledge. Communication, his communication should be effective. He knows the hazards can crew face, what is his responsibility, deck equipment, he has to know helicopter flight, what is the characteristics and identification. He has to know personal requirement training, fuel control if there is, if he knows, and he has communicated to pilot. Flight operation procedure, he has to know. Emergency procedure, this is most important thing, he has to know. Overdue or lost radio communication, what to do if lost radio communication. Helideck emergency crash deck, ship or platform into sea. So these type of things he has to know. Hazards and risks, we already I mentioned here, you can see. So I will discuss something here. Colliding with terrain, obstacles, maybe their cable, maybe tower, maybe building, maybe any aircraft coming, maybe birds on the way, maybe more height or maybe low height. So this type of risks are available there. This type of hazards are available there. 5 major issues for helicopters. You can read here. The pilot fatigue, maybe fatigue after more workload. So if fatigue, there is more workload. So pilot fatigue, that is a big problem for our passenger, because normally when I was going that time, 30 passengers were sitting there. So wind, maybe maintenance problem, maybe the instrumentation system not functioning proper. I'm providing some helipad, heli-stop safety precaution. That is one by one. Never approach a helicopter from behind, because there is tail rotor, it will make a big problem. Immediate person will die. Maintain a safe distance from both the tail rotor and top mounted propeller. Beware of your surrounding and avoid areas where loose objects may become hazardous. So you have to beware, because due to fly, some things can come to you, especially during takeoff and during landing. You have to be careful. Again, approach helicopter in a, so if you are approaching, you have to little bend forwards. So you have to reach their approach and leave the helicopter from the front. See, there is the procedure. Don't never go behind that. Already I discussed. Manner for extra clearance. You have to make some distance from them and ensure adequate there is lighting available, security available, helipad clear for anything available. No need to keep any debris or any unwanted materials who can which can affect the during landing or takeoff. Wear appropriate eye and hearing protection, that is for them. Ensure adequate fire fighting system. This is the we can say helicopter rotor. So in this area, if you are moving, you will face lot of problem. uh, in other word, propeller we are telling this one, but rotor system, the rotor system is the rotating part of helicopter which generates lift. When lifting, that time this one using slowly they are using, but from our side we are not allowed to go nearby in that area. Our only front side there is seat, you go inside, sit inside. That is our main rule. What is emergency landing in helicopter? If emergency landing, we have to careful. That is, emergency landing is a landing of an aircraft in a state of emergency. You can read this one. This does not necessarily happen on a runway. There is no runway. Emergency landing can be made in fields. There is fields. They can landing water surface, maybe trees, maybe. So we have to be ready as a landing officer. We have to know if we are facing this type of problem. So safety. What precautions should you take while flying? The passengers, this is for passengers, and but we have to know and we have to aware them what they have to follow. You can make your flight even safer by following these guidelines. Pay attention to the flight attendant safety briefing at the beginning of your flight and read the safety briefing card. We have to tell them there is briefing card also available. One person use radio to communicate with pilot. Every time one person has to communicate with them. Keep you and your family safe by wearing a seat belt at all times while seated. If they are inside, always we have to wear, if your family or anyone, seat belt, because during emergency the seat belt is protecting more and more the people. We cannot roll down because sometimes helicopter uh, can be turning. Suppose it is going in water, accident in water, so direct going in sea. So take care of yourself. Thank you very much, and